let's quickly talk about AC Milan, Inter Milan. What do you say happening?
Well, I look at how Inter came into this game, who they won, and I think they are a stronger side, you know, because of who they won. I mean, along the way, how they got to that point. They conquered more um, obstacles. So I would say beating Bayern, beating Barcelona, I think I would think they have got more experience, and I think they have got what it takes to do it. So I would give it to them, but anything can happen. Those two teams, I don't have the same perspective as I have between Man City and Real Madrid. I have they have kind of equal strength, but I'll give it to Inter. That's my own prediction on that. I think they have
Okay.
Yeah.
the steps they took to get to this point. You know, they were Group C runners up, but the step they took to get to this point makes me feel like they have had more challenges that they would see what they can do to defeat their local rival. So yeah, I would say that. There could be other things, but that's my own opinion for now. In the continental level, I think they will definitely have to deal with AC, and they will come through. It will be tough.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a debut, but that's it was
Okay.
too good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to point out even before he added that at the end that it's a derby, and derbies, um, you know, you don't really have respect for your opponent because it's a derby. And even in the league, frankly, while Inter has been just a tad more successful, but if you check the table, the distance between the second place team and the seventh place team is, I think, about six points. There are actually three
Yeah,
clubs
6 points.
the same. Yeah, just 6 points. And
AC,
between,
AC Milan,
and
Atlanta, and Roma
yeah,
are on 58
uh,
points.
exactly. So
Yeah.
that there is not really that much to choose from, frankly. But being a derby, it means that anything can happen. Again, when you think about it, AC Milan uh, still have some old foxes, and by old foxes, I'm talking about the likes of Giroud, who, with that guy, sometimes you just never know. He pops up at he does certain things when I mean he has some village people that do the right things for him. He takes his chances and stuff. For Leo, he's coming up, but he's not exactly a goal machine yet, and all that. Inter also has some very strong players, and like I said, I feel Inter might just edge it, but I'm not even sure about that. I think both of them are really, really kind of well balanced at the moment, and it's possibly the person who is hungrier for it that hungrier to move forward that will probably win the game. But again, it's a derby, so I really don't. I have a feeling AC Milan might just make it. I'm just and that's also because by and large they supposedly have pedigree in the game. And to be fair, Italian teams have been on fire in Europe this season. We are talking about two Italian teams. There were three Italian teams in the quarterfinals. In Europa, you have Roma. I think you have
Yeah.
Juventus. I'm not sure whether Fiorentina is still in conference. So
Yeah, I think so.
it's not bad at all. I'm really surprised at what's happened. But again, I have a feeling AC Milan might just edge this. I'm just not sure. But I
Well,
have
I think what you're saying is true because but in head to head,
yes.
it's Inter Milan has at least one game ahead. Like they have had 20, AC has won 25, Inter has won 26, and then they have had a draw of 13 times together.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
but
again, there's
they
really
did.
not much to choose from.
Yeah, there's not
Like I
much.
said,
Yeah.
there is a guy. I just hope Chief Pioli
Exactly.
doesn't mess it up, because he also has some penchant for some funny type whatever sometimes, but I'm just slightly biased towards Milan in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Milan and Inter, this could very easily be 0-0 first leg, 0-0 second leg, and someone wins on
Exactly.
penalties. Because
Exactly.
there's also Italian teams, no one's going to take any chances first leg. Both teams are actually missing some things. I think Inter maybe has more firepower, especially with Martinez, and Dzeko still scores a lot of goals. I think they've got a bit more balance, Inter. But you made a good point earlier. Sometimes European pedigree counts for things, and I think it was that pedigree that made Milan beat Napoli. And I think that same pedigree, because Inter doesn't have the same pedigree at top level Champions League as Milan. Sometimes that pedigree can make a difference. So if I know we're going to talk about predictions later, but if you had to ask my prediction right now, Milan on penalties, but only because of their pedigree.
Okay.
Growing up, I'll say maybe I was a Milan, liked Milan, but I think I'll go the other way and say for this leg, I'm looking at Inter probably nicking it. Uh, Reasons being, whereas AC Milan can be mercurial, they have some talent, young kids, and they have that history behind them. In recent time, Inter has been playing on the continental stage more often, so they have more experience. AC Milan has been playing either in Europa for some time. I think it was after they won the league last season that they got to the Champions League. But Inter has had some failures. I think with Conte twice being knocked out at the group stage because they happen to always find themselves in the same group with Barcelona. Although this time they turned the tide and they were able to qualify from that group with Bayern at the expense of Barcelona. And let's not also forget one thing. Simone in Italy is known as being a cup specialist. He might not always have that consistency in the league like Milan, but when it comes to cups, they are very good at it. And apart from that, in this current Champions League, I think they are the top two, either the least conceding team left in the Champions League. So scoring goals against this Inter team has been very difficult this season. But like Franco said, this is a local derby. Let's not discount that fact. And they are both playing basically in the same stadium, the San Siro. So both legs will be played in the San Siro. So it clearly just nullifies what the home advantage. It becomes like basically like a cup final. So it could go anyway. But then I feel that there's more experience in the Inter backline. Getting Andre Onana to that backline also helped them because last season I watched their game against AC. AC Milan won 4-2, but you could clearly see the attempts by Inter to play out from the back eventually led to the errors that led to AC Milan winning. But this time they have a goalkeeper who passes well out of the back. So they've been able to get that settled back line. So they have a very strong back line. And I think in the last 1 month, they've been able to beat AC Milan, I think twice, both in the Cup and then in the league. So they are on confidence. I think they have that over Milan currently. But in a game between those two Italian giants, you never can count out anyone. But on paper, I expect Inter to, I think, make it through this one because I think that's their only hope towards getting any silverware going forward. Yeah.
Okay, so let me quickly get your predictions for Inter AC Milan. Your score prediction.
I agree so much with Franco. Like when the Chiefs are down, the Italians will go back to their catenaccio. Like it will be a draw, a 0-0 draw of a real attrition. Wasn't it AC Milan that atrocious final AC Milan Juventus some years back?
Horrible.
I don't. I know that Inter has generally evolved into a very progressive scoring, whatever, but with those two, nah. I'm sorry, I would not be surprised if it is actually 0-0. They really can be very like that, and if any, I can't. I'm sorry, but never write off Giroud. If he has a part to play in this, who knows? I really can't. Sincerely, I won't be surprised if it is 0-0. I will not.
Franco, I know you're Italian, so your favorite side to win.
First leg, 0-0. There is no in my mind. Inter and Milan 0-0 first leg.
I think that it's going to be a very close game. And as we have said all day, it's just the same thing. But I think we also need to respect some players like Hakan, Changnolo, or whatever his name is. He can spring surprises for Inter. So I think that if he plays, Inter, it will be a 0-0 or 1-0. Whatever happens, Inter will have the one. If it's 1-0, or just a draw. So I'll still root for Inter winning this game, 1-0 or 0-0. But that's why I think I don't really expect like any of these teams to just capitulate that a lot of goals will go in either way, either in response or even whatever. But I think this first leg is going to be, each game is going to be so tight and narrow. So, but I expect both teams, whether Inter, AC, Madrid, MCD, both games are going to be on a very tight road. It's not going to be like firepower like you think. That's my position.
I expect this first leg will be more like let's see what they have. So I still go for a draw, but I'm going more for a score draw. Inter has been good at defending leads. If AC make errors at the back, then Inter might just nick it, maybe 2-1. But otherwise, if both are playing their normal level for the past few weeks, I expect a score draw, maybe 1-1. Yeah.
Okay.